Matthias getting an attempt here with the green shell skip.
Oh,
Got it. And Matthias actually has the heavyweight CPU rival, whereas Beck does not. I don't know if Beck, if you would have gone for that CPU jump at the start in a race setting. But
I doubt he wouldn't.
Oh, wait, Bowser just got in the second though, so he wouldn't.
no, I mean I picked Yoshi, so I was already not going for it.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, so Yoshi and Peach are both heavier than Toad. They're the same weight, but Toad is the lightest. Which doesn't matter for anything other than when you're hitting other players, and so when you're trying to jump off another player, Yoshi and Peach aren't going to jump as high.
Or for balloons.
Oh yeah, okay. So in battle mode, if you're trying to spin somebody out by running into them, the weight matters there as well. So even though the top speed is the same for every character in battle mode,
We got the
weight
tunnel jump on extra mode. I never practiced that before.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and that's so Mark was observing prior to the race here that extra mode is a little bit really unusual, I guess I'll say. If you're watching Matthias' screen, he's starting in further away from the wall because he's still on the left side of the starting blocks area.
Yeah, they use like the same tracking of where you start for some reason.
Yep.
Yes,
It's
well,
funny,
they only
I
really
missed the jump on
turn the
150,
map
but
around.
got it here on extra mode.
Well, I mean, and actually it looks, not to discount what you did, but it's in some ways the 150 is harder because you have to actually push Luigi out of the way and then jump off TK.
Well, I have a setup for that one, which also works in 100cc. For me, I just hold up left notch, and then extra, it worked with up right notch. But that would also depend on your controller, obviously. So if you have a really worn out one, it might be not working.
I think Matthias never has a worn out controller, if I recall.
Yeah, I
10 out of
remember
10.
he had a really good one. Not that I have bad ones right now.
Well, some people prefer a little bit of a worn out controller for Mario Kart, and
Yeah, I know Jones has said that a lot in the past.
Beck actually did some interesting analysis. So in Mario Time Trials, you save ghost data to a controller pack, and you can share that with other players. So you can play against their ghost. You can even share that online with using certain tools to do that. And the ghost is really just it stores the input that was used to get the time. So you can analyze the input and see how people's playing styles differ. And he's compared actually Matthias, Dan, himself, and others, and everybody kind of has a different motion when they mini turbo. Is actually quite interesting, all the differences. Dan, yours is extremely consistent, the kind of the back and forth that you do. And actually, when you see that, it's interesting to compare it to these guys all hold controllers differently. Like Dan, you're holding, if I recall, you hold the outside of the controller and reach your thumb over and kind of flick it back and forth.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that analysis from back was very interesting to see. The controller stick range.
Yeah, I think for you, wasn't it true that you basically never go all the way to the edge? Was that what you found?
Yeah,
I
upper
don't
left,
remember.
upper right, so the whole range looked like a slip. If you see the picture. So like underwear.
Wait, what?
You have to see it, you have to see it.
Oh, look like like some briefs? Is that
Look
what
like
you're saying, or-
panties, or how do you call it?
Oh, good lord, man. I guess
Because it goes
yeah.
from the center to upper left and upper right, and yeah, straight up
Gotcha.
there.
So, I know, and some people actually always hold up on the controller. I think it was the person I remember saying they did that was Tim Everett, who hasn't been kind of playing for a while, but he would also lose his ghosts more quickly. There's certain courses that are so long that the controller pack can't store them. So the game says, can't store Ghost while you're playing the non-shortcut. And he would have that happen very early in the race relative to other people. And the reason is, Dan just had, when he went out of bounds, Lakitu put him down, but he was forced to drop him by the bridge because he couldn't, it's a long story, but basically he got kind of a strange Lakitu drop.
The longer one?
Yeah, it's where Lakitu's trying to lift you up above the course. He wants to get, I think it's 25 units above the course, but he wasn't able to because there's a ceiling of that part of the cave. So he ended up giving up and just dropping. But what I was saying is the game actually uses a type of compression for storing the ghost data, where basically if a certain input is repeated consistently, it'll call that line out once and then say how many times it was repeated.
Come on, man! I hate this game.
So if you go back to neutral, enough, it'll actually count. It'll save more frames. It'll be able to do a longer movie.
I went too far. You should watch me, by the way.
Wait, what did you do? You went too far?
Yeah. I had too much speed on the turn.
Oh, you bounced over? Or?
Yeah, I used DK as a springboard in main third, him in first.
Yeah.
I used to do that, try to get that in runs all the time, so I still remember the inputs, but I just ended up getting the issues with holding in AB too early, getting too much speed or something like that. I figure that's the issue anyways.
Dan's got the gold mushroom, and I think he might have hit too far to the left. For the lap skip, but he went for the YOLO second try. Did not get that. And that's again where, the only item that's optimal is the triple mushroom by a long shot. That was a good hit, Flippy.
Yeah.
I think your consistency on the green shell on 150.
I've done this way too much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember. So there was a race where you were well behind Matthias actually going in.
Yeah, that was the NLG one.
Yeah. And you were talking because Matthias was not getting the green shell skip, and you were very confidently saying that you would pass him. Actually, you were very likely. Which seemed unlikely given how far you started the race, like a minute after him or something. And lo and behold, you nailed the green shell skips and passed him.
Yeah, there was a nice race for you.
I missed it once now, though. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but yeah.
Of course, now I've said that, and then you just missed that one.
Yeah, and wow. And again, well, I'm not really getting many green shells at all, which is the main issue. I've gotten 4 mushrooms and 3 green shells, which is not fortunate to say the least. That's a lot of time wasted.
Mushrooms are only 10% chance. Whereas the green shells, actually, let me check, in first, because you could get triple greens or single greens, and they would both be helpful. Combined, it's 35% chance.
If you look at my stream, though, you'll see that actually there's a bunch of bananas lying down in the death zone, the bottom of the stage.
Yeah, you can see
kind of fun.
Yeah, you're going towards them down there to the right. Yeah, look at that row. That is funny.
Not something you see very often, I guess.
Yeah.
The bottom of the stage. Especially since it gives the illusion that there is endless space.
Well, what's really strange is it seemed like you fell further down than those bananas. I'm not sure. When you throw bananas forward, it's actually a really strange motion that happens. It's not like you would expect an inverse parabola if gravity was acting like normal physics. But what it does is it goes up sort of at the start of that parabola, and then it takes a straight line, angled line down.
Yeah, I got the jump in.
If you throw a mushroom, or sorry, if you throw a banana when you're at a high point on the level to a low point on the level, it'll just glide for a really long ways because of that behavior.
Yeah, it has no gravity pretty much.
Yeah. And that's like, I guess what we're kind of seeing there when Flippy was throwing those, is they were just going forward for a very long time.
That's my first blue shell grab on the Luigi Raceway.
Oh yeah, and Matthias is on to his turnpike with the reversed traffic.
Yeah, a lot of traffic. Just hit the first car at the end of lap 2.
Yeah, and you went, you know, it probably won't let the teleport happen based on how you came over.
But I did the shortcut on lap 2 once with the shroom.
Yeah.
Don't think that it will work on lap 3. No. Ah, come on.
But you can see, I mean, they're quite in your way frequently, like the cars. There's no, you're focused on avoiding hitting them rather than driving well, basically. Spin out there. All right, did you spin out while you're about to try to do the?
Yeah, I wanted to try the shortcut again on F3.
Yeah. So if you spin out there, it's not worth trying to go through the guardrail, because Lakitu will already be back and able to grab you. You'll be able to do that. So that's good.
Now comes the extra madness for me.
So
No idea what I'm doing anymore.
On extra mode?
Not great. Getting some weird RNG on Calamari Desert here. I can't get by the train.
Yeah, it's bad if you lose time due to RNG. Had bad luck once on KD with 2 golden shrooms, but the other 3 were good.
Wait, where did the red shell go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
I got blue, single red, and star. That was my Calamari Desert.
I also had to wait for the star on the extra race, but 2 races went really great.
I don't know if you guys saw my Rainbow Road that I did on 150, but I got 6 shrooms.
Oh well.
That tells you how long I was waiting for items.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
I think mine was pretty much the exact same, actually.
I think I
ended up getting
lost
like 5.
maybe like a minute and a half to waiting for a green shell.
Dan is currently in the same situation. Just you wouldn't believe it by looking at it, but green shells, they are the most common thing you can get in first. The combination of the triple and the single. But yeah, when you need one, you can't get one.
Yeah. Didn't feed DK.
Oh my god!
Well, at least, Dan, you got that other green just out there, but yeah, that was...
Yeah, but I missed it, so...
Oh, okay.
I didn't set up really well for it, and I'm just kind of over this race because I'm obviously way behind.
You've been hitting the green shell, but you've been hitting the wall rather than getting over the wall. So that means you were too close to the wall. Wow, you're just on that chomp. Like, really wanted to take him out.
Okay, I got it.
So yeah, Choco Mountain again. That guardrail is gone. This engine type in extra, oddly, it's actually slower than the 150. But the guardrail is gone. So Choco Mountain.
That was close.
There's 3 different modes that have a 100cc engine class, and there's not really any consistency on the core structure between those 3 modes. The Time Trials has the fence, 100cc does not have the fence, and then Extra doesn't have the fence, but the course is flipped. So there's 3 different glitches.
Oh my god. The back up is impossible.
Yeah, interestingly, for folks who may like verses, there is changes that actually change the levels when you're in verses. The Calamari Desert train is only 1 car; it's just the engine, so that makes it less likely that they'll affect your kind of your path. The boat, and this thanks to Beck for listing these off because I couldn't even